Hey there, time travelers. Welcome back to the hidden secrets of the world. Today, we're going on an exciting journey into the past to uncover the Dacians, those ancient warrior legends. So, grab your popcorn or your imaginary swords, because this story's going to be more thrilling than The Lord of the Rings, minus the ring. Chapter 1. Origins of the Dacians. But before we dive into epic battles and legendary heroes, let's go back to a time when the Dacians were just starting out. These guys were really old, like Stonehenge was just built, kind of old. They lived in the Carpathian Mountains, where wheels were considered top-notch technology. Imagine this: Dacia, nestled in the rugged embrace of the Carpathian Mountains, a place where nature's beauty met untamed wilderness. This was where the Dacians lived, and it's where their incredible story begins. The Dacians were people who knew their environment inside and out. They weren't just mountain dwellers, they were like mountain experts. They could climb the steep slopes and navigate the tricky terrain with ease. They knew the mountains like the back of their hand. Now, you might wonder, where did these folks come from? Well, the origins of the Dacians are a bit of a mystery. Some think they might have come from the Thracians, a neighboring ancient civilization with a shared love for the rugged mountains. The Thracians were known for their unique culture and warrior spirit, and it's possible that the Dacians were influenced by this vibrant civilization. But one thing's for sure, they were one of the oldest civilizations in Europe. And here's a fun fact. They weren't just surviving in the wild, they were thriving. They were skilled at making cool stuff like fancy jewelry and cool weapons. Their legacy lives on in the cool stuff they made. Chapter 2. Dacian Society and Culture. Now, let's dive deeper into Dacian territory. Think of it like a big social puzzle. At the top, you had kings and queens, who ruled like bosses, and right at the center were the priests, who were like the spiritual bigwigs with a direct line to the gods. These holy folks weren't just about giving out divine advice. They were the keepers of ancient traditions that brought the Dacians together. Imagine cool ceremonies that asked the gods for help, fun dances that echoed through the mountains, and rituals that celebrated the changing seasons. It was a mix of mystical and everyday stuff. Dacian society was like a colorful tapestry of traditions and rituals. They were like storytellers, capturing their mountain world in everything they created. And guess what? They had a secret language, and it's a real head-scratcher. While the Romans used Latin, the Dacians had their own unique language. It's like they were keeping a secret, and that secret might hold the key to their amazing story. Chapter 3. Dacian Warfare and Warriors. Hold on to your helmets. We're about to jump into Dacian warriors, and they were the real deal. These folks had sharp swords, clever tactics, and loads of bravery. Dacian warriors were more than just fighters. They were like mountain protectors. They defended their mountain land with determination, and they knew their terrain better than anyone. These warriors weren't just swinging swords randomly, they trained hard, like musicians practicing their instruments. They used the landscape to their advantage, like experts in hide and seek. And let's not forget their special sword called the falx, which was curved like a banana and could cut through Roman armor like butter. It was a unique weapon that showed off their warrior spirit. They were masters of guerrilla tactics, like sneaky surprise attacks. They'd ambush Roman soldiers and disappear into the mountains before anyone could catch them. It was like trying to catch a shadow. And here's a cool story from the Dacian Wars. Picture a small group of Dacian warriors, outnumbered and outgunned, holding a mountain pass against a big Roman army. It was a tough situation, but they fought fiercely. They rolled boulders down the slopes, created rock slides, and turned the mountain into a weapon. It was like a battle of brains, a clash of civilizations, and a big show of Dacian spirit. Chapter 4. Dacian-Roman Relations. Now let's talk about the Dacians' up and down relationship with their neighbors, the Romans. It was like a roller coaster ride, with highs, lows, and unexpected twists. As early as the 2nd century BC, the Romans had their eyes on Dacia. The Romans just couldn't resist expanding as usual, and Dacia was like the shiny new toy they had to have. The Dacians, on the other hand, were determined to maintain their independence. The stage was set for a struggle that would shape the course of history. It was like a never-ending game of who's got the bigger empire. Spoiler alert. Rome usually won, but it wasn't always easy. The Romans, with their expanding dominion, couldn't resist the allure of Dacia's rich resources and strategic location. Dacia, with its rugged terrain and proud people, posed a formidable challenge. The Dacians, far from being pushovers, put up fierce resistance. They weren't about to let Rome walk all over them. It was akin to watching a smaller kid take on a big bully, armed not only with slingshots and spears, but also with a deep-seated determination to protect their homeland. Chapter 5: The Dacian Wars. But here's where our story takes a dramatic turn. Get ready for the grand finale. The Dacian Wars, the epic showdown of the ancient world. Picture King Decebalus, a fearless Dacian leader with a flowing beard that could rival even the mightiest Greek philosophers. He was a man of mystery, a warrior king who led his people with unwavering determination. Decebalus wasn't just a king, he was a symbol of defiance, a last stand for a proud nation. On the other side of the battlefield stood Emperor Trajan, a Roman powerhouse with a jawline that could cut marble. He wasn't just any emperor, he was the architect of Rome's greatest expansion, a relentless force of nature. Trajan was like the unstoppable tide of history, and he was determined to make Dacia part of the Roman story. But what made this clash so legendary? King Decebalus wasn't an easy opponent. He knew those Carpathian Mountains like the back of his hand, and he had some tricks up his sleeve. He used secret mountain paths and tunnels to outsmart the Romans, like a master strategist in a thrilling drama. Emperor Trajan, with the mighty Roman legions at his disposal, led his forces with the weight of history on his shoulders. These were colossal battles where every decision could change the course of empires. The battles were intense, with both sides showing incredible bravery. Chapter 6: The Epic Conclusion. But as all epic tales must, this one reaches its dramatic conclusion. The Dacian Wars weren't just battles. They were monumental clashes of civilizations, a relentless test of wills, and a defining moment in history. King Decebalus and Emperor Trajan, two giants of their time, stood at the forefront of a struggle that would shape the fate of Dacia and leave an indelible mark on the annals of history. The battles themselves were nothing short of legendary. Picture vast armies colliding in the shadow of the mighty Carpathian Mountains, their clash shaking the foundations of the earth. The air was thick with tension and anticipation, like the calm before a storm. Emperor Trajan, with the formidable might of the Roman legions at his command, led his forces with the weight of history on his shoulders. It was a showdown of unprecedented proportions. The battles were grand spectacles, with strategies as intricate as a master chess game. Each move on the battlefield held the power to alter the course of empires. King Decebalus, on the other hand, had the heart of a lion and the spirit of a warrior etched in his very being. He employed cunning tactics and utilized the rugged terrain of Dacia to his advantage. He was a force to be reckoned with and wasn't about to surrender his homeland without a fight. As the battles raged on, the stakes grew higher than a giraffe's reach for a snack. The outcome hung in the balance like a sword's edge. Victory for either side would reshape the destiny of Dacia. In the end, after a series of ferocious battles that left their mark on the land, Emperor Trajan emerged as victor. Dacia became part of the Roman Empire, a pivotal moment altering the course of history. King Decebalus, rather than facing capture, chose to end his own life, a testament to his indomitable spirit. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the Dacians is the spirit they exhibited on those ancient battlefields. Their resilience, unwavering determination, and refusal to give up continue to inspire. It's a reminder that even when faced with seemingly insurmountable odds, the human spirit can rise up like a phoenix from the ashes. As we delve into the mysteries of the Dacians, we're not just uncovering the past, we're tapping into the wellspring of human history and heritage. The Dacians may have faded away, but their legacy lives on, waiting for curious minds like ours to discover and celebrate it. Chapter 7: Legacy of the Dacians. The legacy of the Dacians endures like a beacon in the fog of time. While their civilization may have faded, Their influence lives on in the cultures and traditions of the region. The Dacians' resilience, their deep connection to the mountains, and their warrior spirit continue to inspire. But there's more to the story. The Dacians left their mark on history, and their language, though mysterious, still carries whispers of their existence. Archaeologists and historians continue to uncover the secrets of their civilization, like detectives piecing together a long-forgotten puzzle. In modern-day terms, the descendants of the Dacians are believed to be part of the diverse Romanian population, and the region of Dacia roughly corresponds to present-day Romania. The echoes of the Dacians' past can still be found in the traditions, folklore, and even the language of the Romanian people. Perhaps the greatest legacy of the Dacians is the spirit of never giving up, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Their story is a reminder that the human spirit can triumph over adversity, and that the mountains themselves bear witness to their epic tale. As we close the chapter on the Dacians, let's remember that history is more than just dates and facts. It's a journey through time filled with heroes, legends, and the echoes of ancient battles. If this adventure through the past has ignited your curiosity, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more captivating history content, and share it with fellow history enthusiasts. Until our next exploration of the hidden secrets of the world, keep your sense of wonder alive.